Hello, Meg here. I'm your Monday substitute host here on the Pagan Perspective. This week's topic comes from SimAndTheCity 85, who asks how to come out of the broom closet later in life. So they understand that paganism is the right path for them, however, they're not too sure or a bit scared of coming out to their husband and loved ones, I would assume. So we get to this. I firmly believe, as with most things in life, the best approach is honesty. So if you feel that you really need to have a sit down and really talk about this, then just sit down and say, hey, look, I've got something to say, and come out with it. Say, I've come across paganism. I really feel that it speaks to me. I really feel close to it. It's my thing. However it is that you speak to your loved ones, and just come out with it. And if they truly do love and accept you for who you are, they're going to accept you no matter what. And hopefully, maybe even be happy for you that you've found this path and that it really brings you happiness and joy. If not, if they kind of go against it, then perhaps they don't love you as much. I know that's hard to say, but I feel that when you truly do love someone, you love and accept them for everything that they are. And I personally would be very happy for someone if they found this path that brings them so much happiness and joy. However, if they themselves are not too sure or are a bit scared because they have these other images and other ideas regarding paganism, then this is the opportunity for you to kind of shed the light on paganism and say, no, we're not devil worshippers, and we don't eat children, and all these other things. It's your chance to kind of crush those little lies that have been spread out about us. So that's good too. That's a good opportunity. And maybe they'd even like to join you along the way, so that would be fun. So just be honest, and you would feel much, much better about being honest. It's not so much fun trying to cover things up, sugarcoat things, or not tell the whole truth, because it just doesn't feel right. And if you want this to be a real, honest, genuine path for you, then you have to be a real, honest, genuine person, and you have to just let it out there. I myself, I never really came out in the sense that I had to sit down with everyone and explain to them what my beliefs are and whatnot. They just kind of crept up. When someone would say, oh, what are you doing for Christmas this year? And I would say, well, actually, I don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate you. Oh, really? What's that? And that's the way the conversation gets going. Even now at work, I've fully decked out my office in Halloween. I mean, I think Halloween just blew up all over it. And everyone's kind of like, wow, you're really into it. And I explained to it, well, yeah, it's part of my path. For me, it's a 4-day holiday. It starts the 30th and it ends the 2nd of November. So, and I explained to them that it's the new year, and so it's a very important holiday for me and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, okay. Some of them were like, oh, that's weird. But most of them were like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. How did you come along these ideas, this tradition, so on and so forth. So for the most part, people who actually really do care about you and love and like you for who you are, they're going to be more interested in how you got to this idea of becoming pagan in this set of beliefs, rather than be against you and shame you and shun you and so on and so forth. So either you could bring it up casually when the opportunity arises, or you can really just say, I need to sit down and talk about this with you. In the end, either way, both ways, just be honest. Be yourself and be full out honest about it. If you're scared, you have to ask yourself, why are you scared? Are you scared because maybe you feel that you're not 100% ready to not defend, but to explain this path to someone who might not be so open to it? Are you afraid that you might lose this person in a sense because they had this other idea of you and now you're kind of changing it? And in that, you can always argue, well, people change and we evolve and we develop and we hopefully go towards progression. And so, and this is part of my growth, and hopefully they understand and accept that, and just try to explain it to them. For me, when someone approaches me, I try to read that person, because not everyone is the same. Not everyone understands exactly what you mean by the way that you say it. You speak the way you speak because you feel that's the way that you can fully express yourself. However, the person that's collecting this information that you're sending their way, they might not process it the same way. And so you kind of have to read the person, and because you know this person, hopefully, seeing how it's your husband, you should be able to know how you need to bring it across to this person, whether it needs to be done subtly, whether it needs to be done to the point, and direct, or so on and so forth, and try to use the words that they understand. So that way it comes across to them a bit better than it would if you were to do it some other way that maybe works better for you but not so much for them. I hope that's clear. You have to read the person in front of you, understand how they process things, and then speak to them how they need to hear the information in order to really understand what you're trying to say. And that's all about communication. So just try your best. And I think the other part about the whole being scared to come out thing, I think it comes from the excitement of it all as well, because not only are you announcing it to the world and asking them to accept you for who you are, but you're letting it out, and then there's no going back. So now you too, it's sort of that extra step for you as well towards accepting who you are. And that too can be a little bit scary, because you're like, well, now I'm going to announce it. It's official. This is who I am right now, and that right then and now. And so that could be a little exciting, mixed with fear, in the sense that I am now firmly establishing that this is who I am and this is the path I'm taking. So ask yourself, why are you scared? Are you scared because of the other person? You're afraid they won't accept? You're afraid of how they might react? Or is it because you yourself, you know that this is going to be more of a firmly set foundation of you expressing who you are, not just to everyone else, but to yourself. And in that just takes a bit of self-encouragement and self-acceptance, self-esteem, self-confidence, in that you already wrote in your question that you know this is the right path for you. So if you feel it, then it's already a part of you. If you're already at this point to where you're thinking about coming out and you want to find a way to come out to everyone else, then it's because you're already on this path. You're already there. Now you just have to tell yourself that I'm pagan, and then tell the world, because you need to accept it for yourself before anyone else can accept it, and you need to be ready to. I have to forewarn you. You're going to have to be ready, because there are going to be a lot of questions thrown at you. You've chosen a path that most people just don't understand, and so you're going to get quite a bit of different reactions and quite a bit of questions out there that you thought that maybe you'd never have to answer in your life, but they're going to come your way. And so the best approach is full out honesty. Be honest to yourself, be honest with yourself, and be honest to and with others. And you'll find that it's as simple as that. I know it sounds complicated, but it's simple, really. Just be out there and be confident in the pagan that you are. And with that, I wish you the best of luck. If I wasn't very helpful, sorry, but I can't tell you exactly what to say. I don't know the person sitting in front of you, listening to your words. I don't know you, so I don't know how you communicate, how you approach things. If you need, sometimes I fidget, and that helps the words come a bit easier. I'm coming down with a cold, sorry. I say a lot. Just try to read the person in front of you, remember to communicate, and just keep it simple and keep it honest, really. And I think you'll find that if they do love and like you and accept you for who you are, this is just going to be another day with the different, just different news. That's all. It's not going to be so life-changing in that. And you can explain to them that you will be practicing some things that might be a bit weird for them. They're allowed to ask questions, or they're allowed to participate if they like, if you're open to that. And you might find that bit by bit they're going to be curiouser and curiouser, and they'll actually start to understand paganism from a different view than what most of society were conditioned to believe regarding paganism. So it's going to be, I don't want to say a hard journey or a tough journey, but it's going to be a journey nonetheless. And I wish you the best of luck, and safe journey to you. If you have specific questions, you can always leave it in the comments, or ask me on Facebook, Meg of the Earth and Moon, and I'm open to answering more specific questions if the need be. But in general, there it is. So I'll leave you with that, and until next time, safe journeys.